as a team that belongs here. I think that's kind of what you talk about when you've got teams that are very significantly on the lower end of the standings, is they kind of have to prove themselves. That's what both of them are out here to do today.
Yeah, and we're going to see if they can prove themselves here off the kickoff. It's going to be pretty even. World's kind of in an awkward spot. Going to get a nice little backflip to take possession of the ball. Flick going to be 50-50 out to the opposite side with Op Bomb in chase with limited boost. Going to get a huge dunk. Landon's already up on this one. Going to dust the Aspyre offender there as this pass goes across to absolutely nobody as Racing blasts this back over to the corner. A lot of ping pong going off in the first 15 seconds. Shot attempt coming out with a demo coming through. Going to be saved out by Bluekey.
Shot back while working right there. Will get in front of it. That shot well off target. Well, 50-50 here from World, who has been probably one of the highlight reel players for this team in the times that I've had an opportunity to see what this roster is able to do. He cuts it off at midfield. The Cheese at midfield, and Landon jumps in front, makes a big save. Bluekey keeps it in. Here's Cheese again. That one will go off of a defender right into the net, and it's a 1-0 lead.
It's just an excellent pass to the midfield trip and nothing else to be said. Bluekey hits that high off the ceiling. Very dangerous touch in front of the box. And unfortunately, of course, for New Horizons, they just can't get around to it in time. The forced own goal coming out. Cheese just a little bit too fast there. I got to give props, though, for Bluekey. Instead of trying to blast that off the backboard, having the wherewithal to go ahead and play that off of the ceiling to be able to get you something as a flip service that comes out. So more pressure, of course, for New Horizons. But, you know, it's a smart play, and it's something we don't really see a lot of.
Well, I mean, when you're talking about the way that this game opened inside of that first minute, with the kind of ping pong ball, the boomer ball, that just hit it everywhere as much as you can, you're not really expecting anyone to slow play or take a possession at any point in time. Finally, we see that work out in favor. Maybe that changes how the rest of this goes. Bluekey settles it down, flicks it on target. Landon comes in and pushes it into the corner past Cheese.
And Cheese, unfortunately, with a whiff there. 50-50 going to go in the direction of Op Bomb. Chasing this one down. Racing's going to be able to clear it out, but the boost is going to be stolen, so resources are going to be low. This is rocketed on net, but Cheese is just a little bit too far up. Going to be just wide of the target. Op Bomb doesn't have the best touch here. And another midfield demo coming in. Bluekey has no shot. That's a rifle from Landon to tie the game up.
Oh, Landon making a great read here. Op Bomb just not the touch that they were looking for, and World helps out, getting a huge demo, forcing Bluekey to make an awkward adjustment, opens up the net to physical play. Leads to that first goal for New Horizons. Teams are evened up at 3-16.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and say it's the Trippin special at this point, because every time a team is down, Trippin just says, hey, just demo forehead. That's how you get back into the game. Well, the New Horizons offense has taken that to heart so far, as this is just right in front of the net. And don't pass it to the other team in front of the box, maybe, if you're going to go through and try to play some defense. Unfortunately, not working out there for New Horizons. It's a bad touch by Landon right in front. Op Bomb's going to take care of that one and just slot it in between the two defenders.
Hey, at this level of Rocket League, you know what's going to happen. Those sorts of mistakes are going to get punished 9 times out of 10. You have to watch out for those ones. But again, it is just game number 1 of a best-of-5 series. Sometimes it can be referred to as the feeling out game. And I know that, you know, something that often happens with players of all skill levels in Rocket League, as soon as professional Rocket League starts to be streamed on Twitch, suddenly everyone thinks they can do everything all of the time, and that starts to make things a little bit awkward. World capitalizes on an awkward moment here as well, scoring a second goal, getting us back to tie.
I mean, Landon, of course, that's a very difficult read with that hitting the kind of crook of the wall there. You can't tell how high it's going to bounce. Gets a nice bounce out to the midfield for the teammate who's going to clean it up. And I have to ask, where was the Aspyre defense there? They're just racing back. Nobody's really settled in net, and the squishy save attempt goes awry as well. It's just a little bit of discombobulation after taking the lead. I'd like to see them maybe play a little bit more possession game, but apparently that's not what Aspyre is coming out here to do today.
Truthfully, I don't think really either of these teams are much all that interested in playing a possession kind of game. I mean, that right there, those 3 touches from Op Bomb before they got bumped off of the ball were probably the most possession I've really seen either team take. It's kind of hard, honestly, to get a possession one way or the other at this point, though, because both teams swarming the ball constantly, just all over that thing like white on rice. So we'll see how long it takes until it starts to turn around.
You got me there. Nice one.
Let's go!
As this is in the midfield, Racing going to try to get this over to World. Going to backflip off of it. Doesn't have the boost to even get back up to the ball. Landon with a nice strong clear. Going to get that over to Op Bomb. This is going to be in front of the box. Bluekey kind of in an awkward position. It doesn't seem to matter though, as Racing doesn't have enough boost to get any mustard on that. Played over to the corner. Here's Landon with another hard clear. We're going to see kind of so far, Aspyre, as another demo comes out for New Horizons, Bluekey has to get up on this one and is able to clear it. What I'd like to see out of New Horizons so far is they're really kind of punishing that Aspyre offense where, oh my gosh, and the post punishes the Aspyre offense right there as another pass comes to the midfield, but Race is going to be able to take care of that one. Aspire's been really aggressive in putting two people forward, and when that third gets beat, it leaves them extremely vulnerable, especially to those bumps and demos that we see New Horizons continue to bring out as this pitch attempt goes awry. Not going to be able to find it, but Cheese actually hits that one up high. It's going to be up to Opbomb to clear it out. And Trippin has just been kind of, I don't know if the comms are on point right now or if it's just like you said, that feeler phase of Aspyre trying to get used to it, but they're playing extremely aggressive on the front end, and so far it has worked out for them a little bit, but the goals they've given up haven't really had to be quality touches.
Hey, speaking of Aspyre, they've looked, kind of not really great defensively, I think is the best way that I can put it. There's been a lot of struggle just to get a simple clear. They finally do, and now they have a little bit of pressure as we approach the 30-second mark, but it took probably a solid 90 seconds just to get that ball out of their half. A lack of boost, the touch is not going the direction that they wanted, a couple of missed opportunities to get those big clears. Finally, they get that opportunity, but now they're pinned back in their own half. 15 to go. Bluekey knocks it down in midfield, landed to the left-hand side. Now 10 to go. It's Cheese getting bumped off the play. Here comes Racing. A banger on target. Bluekey's going to be there. They'll collect a routine save. World will get one last touch, and Bluekey going to not touch that one. Ball eventually hits the ground. Game number 1 of this series, Visionary, resulting in overtime.
Yeah, not really a surprise there, right? Both teams 2-5, both teams fighting for their, their seeding lives, so be it, as World gets a nice touch here. So them being pretty even up here, as that's a miss in the front line, but Opbomb going to be able to rotate and maybe cut rotation a bit there, but Cheese with very low boost is actually going to help him out quite a bit. As this gets rifled off over to the side, it's going to be saved out by Bluekey, and we are back to ping pong once again. Trippin, neither team really looking to hold on possession, but a good dunk by Bluekey here, and a free jump by Cheese, trying to get down on this one with the Opbomb going for the demo. It's going to leave Racing alone. There's an opportunity, but it's going to be cleared out by the team. A pass over to Opbomb to try to keep pressure.
I mean, it's really just a zero boost free-for-all right now for Aspyre Entertainment. Finally, someone with 100 boosts and some time and some patience is able to reset this offensive bit. It's Bluekey who can chase it down on the right-hand side. It's Opbomb in front of the net for Cheese, and Cheese finds the post, narrowly missing the game-winning goal here in game number 1. Now it's going the other way. Big boom, it goes right to Bluekey, and now it's settling down in the New Horizons half.
Cheese just got bumped, though. It's going to be dangerous in front. The crossover in the box is floating up top. Here's Bluekey able to get the touch. Racing going to keep this in the Aspyre half right now, but the miss with no boost going to allow the transition offense to happen until World, of course, comes in with another demo, takes one out. Cheese playing this off of the backboard once again. Tries to get it through one. Here's Racing and World combining. Not a lot of boost to either of their name as Opbomb just going to clear this to the center. It's going to be behind Cheese, who gets a decent touch, but it's not going to have enough sauce. Trippin, we're a minute and 30 seconds into overtime. This really doesn't have any signs of slowing down. A lot of double commits, a lot of weird kind of offense that we're seeing right now, and on top of that, not a lot of quality chances on the shot totals.
Yeah, it really holds. Yeah, it's got to take an opportunity to clean some of the gameplay up a little bit, or just go for a massive fake and score a goal. That works too. It's on target. Great save here, though, in the net from Bluekey, just barely keeping that one out.
No.
And then the defense and the communication completely falls apart. Landon gets the go-ahead goal, and New Horizons takes game 1 here, 3-2.
Bluekey tried to wave dash, and he actually ended up Goomba stomping his teammate Opbomb, who was trying to get across. And that's the reason why that ball wasn't touched and it was so free. If you see it again on the replay, that is ridiculous, and that's misfortunate for sure. Bluekey, of course, kind of lighting up the scoreboard there, 719 points that game on the back of 5 saves. But honestly, it really doesn't matter. If you're on your back line the whole time, you can't transition to offense. It's going to be one of those things to where New Horizons with the demos freeing up that net and a little bit of lack of communication on the side of Aspyre Entertainment is going to allow New Horizons to take game number 1. And it kind of a sloppy game. I'd like to see both these teams kind of get settled in with their communication. Tripping.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes you just got to get game number 1 out of the way, move on to game number 2, and then figure it out from there. Lots of opportunities for improvement, I feel, at the moment for both of these teams. As you said, it would be really nice to see them clean up the gameplay just a little bit. It's certainly exciting and interesting to watch at this point, but obviously, you want to make those improvements as these matches go on. You want to make those adjustments so that, you can just end up with a more comfortable game. You don't want to get stuck being super awkward for 5 minutes and just hoping for the best and seeing what happens after 2 minutes of overtime.
Yeah, that one's always kind of a rough proposition, right? Just being awkward for 5 minutes, kind of sitting there trying to get your game going and it not really being successful. And really for either side, it kind of felt that way. So we're going to see what adjustments are made in this game number 2. If both teams can kind of settle down, hopefully get their season kind of back on track here, because 3 and 5 looks a lot better than 2 and 5. I'm going to be honest with you. That's just simple math. So we're going to see a kickoff go pretty much neutral. Cheese is going to take over right off the rip, and Opbomb already up on this one. Going to play it low, but landed with a dribble out save. Going to start us off here in game number 2.
A solid play from Landon, great patience on the back line to get that initial save and turn away the kickoff opportunity. Racing on the 50, here comes Landon, gonna slot one on target. Blukey will get there in time to make the clutch save. World is now 50 all the way across the pitch, and we're really seeing, in my opinion, a very different style of gameplay here from New Horizons. They really have had something resembling possession for pretty much the entire time other than that opening kickoff.
Yeah, and when you hold possession, you can kind of break down the defense, and Aspyre is kind of shown to break down themselves a little bit as well with those double commits, so it's definitely a good idea to try to hold on to possession here, since it's a great cutoff by Blukey, but she's going to lose the 50-50 as well. Blukey is able to secure the 100 boost, gets an air dribble, trying to go through Racing with a pre-jump, going to read that one excellently as a hot bomb, just going to stay close to this one. We're seeing a lot more possession game come out of these teams, keeping it close out of the corners, looking for each other to try to get those clears, and it seems to be working out on both sides. Definitely doesn't look as sloppy. The communication definitely looks a lot better. Triple.
1 minute into this game, no goals scored up to this point. World with 2 boosts and a dream will come up to that play. Not able to keep it going now. Racing the last one back, has to make a great touch here, and this is exactly what they do, just buying their team enough time. Blukey now will take over the 100 boost, dunked by World from the back wall. Bob, no touch, is gonna go land in top shelf, nestles that one into the upper 90 and an early lead for New Horizons.
New Horizons coming out strong once again, just off the missed backboard touch. And at this level, Trippin, you cannot be missing backboard clears, because if you are, it is going to get pounded directly into your net. It just becomes one of those scenarios where it's really hard to regain. You have to act really quick, and most of the people are playing that top post, right, or playing basically the backboard as kind of that front post rotation on defense. So it's really hard for the back post to get there in time when those situations arise.
It is free in front of the net. Opbomb will get there just in time to clear it out. Another dangerous situation here for Aspyre Entertainment. That one is flicked on target. Landon will make yet another save. Opbomb will end up touching this one back into their own corner. Landon chasing it down. Blukey there as well. Landon with pass in front of the net. Cheese will be there to make the stop and the continuation back out to midfield. And Racing with 0 boost hits it right to Blukey, but reset but cleared by World.
Just not going to be able to find that flip reset right now, and it seems like despite Aspyre's best efforts to kind of play a closer game, the possession is just lingering a little bit too long. The first touches aren't as strong right now as New Horizons are, and it's leading to them kind of tossing possession, even though they're going for those possession plays and kind of switching this up, as that's a great touch by Blukey and a great continuation as well. Gonna find a little pinch here as Landon pops this one up. You see Cheese and Opbomb both kind of just clustered up against each other. Blukey got to bail out on this one, allowing Cheese to finally come through. Gonna allow a big boom off the backboard. Nobody there on the defensive end. Here's Blukey with an opportunity. Gonna slot it upper 90 off the crossbar and in. It's tied 1-1.
Hey, just got to give a props here to Blukey. Literally had every single option in the net that they wanted to hit this one, and sometimes just sort of overanalyze and try to be a little bit too perfect with a touch. In that situation, they are able to knock it on target. Crossbar down and in will get them the game-tying goal. Landon to the back wall with 100 boost. Clears it out to midfield. Cheese with the backflip might have been intentional, maybe not. Here's World now on an opportunity. Blukey will get the 50th right to Racing. Racing slots it back post. Cheese is right there. And oh no, it's off the post. Cheese knows that that one is offset. Okay, that's no big deal. But the backflip ends up hitting the ball right into their own net, and New Horizons will take advantage of its own goal for a 2-1 lead.
That's just rough, right? Because the power slide puts him just barely in front of that back post, right? Because if he completes the full back post rotation, super easy to make a save there, not really have to worry about it. Or you could just tell that it's off and not kind of have the panic flip in front. Unfortunately, Cheese gonna put another one on net here. Racing having to fall on top of this great save, diving off the backboard made. It doesn't seem to matter though, as the possession is still gonna stay in the hands of Aspyre Entertainment as the pop-up is there. The demo attempt missed. Cheese looking for a touch to the midfield, gonna get one, runs out of boost, and Racing gonna get this over to World, who's gonna beat out another, but this is just kind of lofted in front of the middle, and nobody's able to get a touch for Aspyre Entertainment as Opbomb gets a nice pinch to clear this one back out as Cheese looks to take some possession. goes to the skies, gets a touch over to the side. It's a great shot from Bomb. Gonna slot that one through, and it's 2-2.
The best patience that I have seen Aspyre Entertainment have is on this play right here, as Otbomb waits until just the perfect moment to take that ball away from Cheese and slot that one into the back of the net, tying this game up at 2 apiece. You'll love to see that adjustment in the mid-game. How will we see New Horizons respond, though? They've seemingly been able to score at will. They've had a lot of the possession. We'll see if they are able to get a quick goal here. 1 minute to play in game 2.
Trippin', it's funny you mentioned that because it seems like they've held the majority of the possession of this game, and I certainly, if we looked at ball chasing, you're probably right, as that one's just going to get slotted. And of course, as I try to make a point, New Horizons is only out shooting, of course, Aspyre by 2 goals. It doesn't seem to matter here because there's a goal on target, is racing and a beat out Otbomb, who's just stuck in an awkward position, and the late backside rotation continues to kind of haunt Aspyre here.
Racing just quick to the ball on that one. Not a ton that you can do about it. You saw the teams, kind of falling in and trying to make something happen. Just not quite there in time. Racing off the ceiling, looking for a 4th goal here to get this lead out to 2 goals. And certainly, if you are a fan of this New Horizons squad, you want to see that 2-goal lead, because we know Aspyre Entertainment can find the back of the net relatively quickly. Counterattacks have been pretty much the thing that has worked for them when they've had the opportunity. Almost saw a 4th goal there. That one will say this one's off the back wall. It's rolled out to midfield. It's racing, no touch. Here comes Landon, stolen by Otbomb.
Otbomb with a nice hard shot on net. World's going to be able to get that one away, but the pressure should continue here. Cheese with another good touch over the top. Gets the wave dash. Otbomb with a shot on. Going to be saved up by Landon again. Here's Blue Key coming around the top. Not able to make the touch. It's a fake. It's totally calculated, but World going to get a nice 50 over Cheese. Otbomb looking to continue pressure here. Landon's going to clear that out to the midfield. Cheese doing everything they can to keep this alive. It's going to be over the top of Racing. Cheese with the low shot. It's going to be killed by World, and New Horizons also going to take game number 2. That was a ton of pressure building right there at the end of the game for Aspyre. Could not clutch it out, though.
Hey, they were that close, though, for the 2nd game in a row, a 3-2 final. This one ends in regulation. Game number 1 went all the way to overtime, and now it's up to Aspyre to will a reverse sweep, honestly, at this point. And they're right there. The opportunities are there. New Horizons has just been that much better so far.
Yeah, and I think the difference is that much better is they're playing tripping ball. I'm going to be honest with you. They're getting those demos. They're being aggressive. They're getting bumps up front. I mean, honestly, New Horizons holds possession for probably 3/5 of that game. Only end up with 1 more shot than Aspyre Entertainment for that one. Right. So kind of awkward to see that happen. Of course, Blue Key with that phenomenal, of course, the Bardowski shot that he had, unfortunately, kind of in vain. And it's looking like something just happened. Unfortunately, a player on Aspyre Entertainment has a family emergency, and they are going to have to go ahead and forfeit game number 3. So Trippin', your start of 3 sweeps is off to the right foot. I do want to say, however, that I'm not exactly excited about the fact that it is a forfeit win to give the sweep.
Yeah, I mean, that's not how you would have wanted to see it. Again, I felt like Aspyre was really starting to build some decent momentum. Yeah, they did lose 2 games, but they only lost those 2 games by 1 goal. When you're building that much momentum and you have that many opportunities, certainly things can start to fall in your favor once you get that opportunity just to reset, clear the mental a little bit, and move on to that next game. But unfortunately, Aspyre Entertainment will have it to drop out for this 3rd game. They'll get the forfeit for the week. Again, very unfortunate to see happen. But, New Horizons probably riding high after those first 2 games would have wanted to play that game 3, solidify the sweep, and again, like I said, really get that momentum moving for them in the back half of this modified Swiss, because at this point, you need to get that game experience in. You need to have, those better opportunities to gel a little bit more as a team. They lose one right there. Unfortunate, but still get that dub on the board. And as you said, Visionary, they get the much prettier 3-5 record to do with it.
Yeah, and not only that, they also cut their game differential down to only -3. So they played a lot of these teams kind of tough. Right. It's just been kind of tough breaks for them as a whole now. So looking at almost being even on games, but being 3-5 is just something that ends up being a bit unfortunate. I definitely think this team has a future here. They look like they're kind of on the up and up. Of course, they did win 3-1 last week against Radiance Esports, who is the bottom team of the league currently. But, every single win helps you build momentum. Getting that 3-0 is just going to continue that. 2 wins in a row. 1 on Tuesday, 1 on Thursday. We're going to see what they can bring to the table next Tuesday. And for Aspyre, of course, this isn't really how you wanted it to happen, but they just didn't look like they were completely there tonight, unfortunately. Kind of some miscommunications, some misrotations. We'll see how they can come back, of course, next week. You never want to forfeit off a family emergency, but we certainly understand here on the desk.
Hey, they'll make it happen when they have that opportunity to come back in and get an opportunity, you know, just regain a little bit, regroup, and see what you are able to do. And of course, you know, if you're missing the action, you've always got RLCS next week to look forward to, as do a lot of people. So you get some great stuff there to see what that talent is able to do. And here at the IGL Invitational, you got plenty of talent as well. Speaking of people who are talented, big shout out to League OS, who has been powering this entire broadcast along with Musa, our producer in the background. So big shout outs to League OS for making a bunch of stuff happen. The website is fantastic, makes life for producers a heck of a lot easier, makes my life as a caster a heck of a lot easier as well, and I'm sure Musa enjoys it quite a bit. Visionary, I think that's about all that we can do at this moment, other than just take some sort of very long extended break until we're ready to go with game 2.
That's certainly what it's looking like right now, brother. So I think we are going to take a bit of an extended break here. Everybody, I want to say, obviously, appreciate y'all for sticking on by. Unfortunately, if you're just tuning in right now, New Horizons wins in a sweep. Aspyre Entertainment had to forfeit game number 3. So we're going to be back. Of course, you know how IGL works. We run at the top of every hour. So we're going to be back at 8 o'clock. Stick around. We're going to be casting more. We're going to be vibing more. We're going to have some fun. See you soon. Be back. Of course, you know how IGL works. We run at the top.